What had Davis said to Rainsford? What about Davis and Avery? Even I knew they liked each other. It was obvious just from looking at their body language when they were together. Maybe Davis had discovered something bad about the program and had been asked to leave. I paced back and forth in the bomb shelter and took off the headphones, tossing them on the cot. Scratching at the sides of my head, I started to have a conviction about Marissa. I can't let her go through with it. I can't. I'd have gladly stayed sick my whole life in exchange for having Marissa cured. But how can this be right? The depth of the basement of rooms, the bizarre treatments, the whole crazy mess. Cure or no cure, I had to get to Marissa as fast as I could. I had to convince her not to go through with it. And then we had to get away. I don't know how many minutes passed while I had these thoughts, 3, 5, 10. In the stillness of the bomb shelter, time seemed to stand still like that sometimes. It made me wonder what a prison would feel like, how time would begin to have no meaning at all. It scared me. What if I never escaped the clearing in Fort Eden? I put the headphones on and glanced back at the main room, which had become surprisingly empty in the few minutes since I'd stopped watching. The last of the guys were going through the doorway to their room. Rainsford was nowhere to be found, and Marissa was sitting in the dark, shadowed corner on the far couch. She was curled up in a ball. If I had to guess, I would have said she was crying. Give it at least 15 minutes, Will. Make sure they're down for the night. I watched Red almost midnight. A little early for everyone to turn in, but then Connor and Alex were the noisiest of the group, and they'd been cured earlier in the day. They'd be tired. Avery was upset, and Kate had become her confidant. Probably they were sitting across from each other on one of the beds, whispering about Davis and cures and headaches. I left Marissa, who was like me, all alone now. 7 minutes later, I couldn't stand it. I didn't even clean things up this time. I didn't care. I threw on my backpack. The food and the water I had left would come in handy. I turned for the door. I was going up there and getting Marissa, and the two of us were leaving Fort Eden.